Hi everyone. In my last video, I showed you how to install and configure IntelOwl. In this video, I want to show you how to take advantage of the CLI tool, which is part of the IntelOwl project, and it's called PyIntelOwl. PyIntelOwl was created so analysts can use it either as a command line tool to query their configured analyzers or as a library to integrate into their own tool. In order to run PyIntelOwl, you will need a valid API token to interact with the IntelOwl server. The token should be created from the admin interface of IntelOwl, and it should be pasted into the TXT file with the name API token.txt. If you don't know how to do that, you can take a look at my previous video towards the end where I generate an API key from the admin interface. I will also create a new API token really fast in this video to demonstrate the tool. So all you need to do is clone the GitHub repo and enter the API key into the API_token.txt file. And that's it. You're now ready to query using the analyzers you have configured. So this is what I'm going to do. I will clone the repo, create the API key, and then run the Python script. So this is the API_token.txt file that you will need to insert the API token into, and really fast I will just go and create a new API token. I will create the API token for the root user and copy it and paste it over to the correct file. The command line arguments are pretty straightforward. You have two modules to choose from, depending whether you want to analyze an observable or a file. The observable will be a domain, a URL, or an API. You can select which analyzers you want to run for every analysis you perform. If you select some analyzers that you have not provided the API key for, these analyzers will not run. The arguments you must include that are compulsory to be included in the command line are the -k option, which will be the txt file that contains your API token, the -i, which is the host or the URL or the IP if you don't have a host name that you will be running IntelOwl, the IntelOwl instance on, the -a and the analyzer, or -aa to run all analyzers, the -f for file, or just observable for if you would like to just run an observable instead of a file, such as a domain, an IP, or a URL. And also the -v. So if you run the command line with the observable option, you will have to include an indicator, which it comes after the -v option. So that could be google.com, for example. If you have selected -f, which is for file, you will have to provide the path that the file is on your system, so it will be analyzed with the analyzer you have chosen to. And now that everything is set up, it's ready to run the tool. So I will start by populating the API token, .txt, and then -I for the IP that you are running the IntelOwl instance on. And as you can see here, I will run -AA just to go through and run all available analyzers. In this case, I will just put -S for skip the check analysis availability. It's just an option, so it will not go over, and it will just skip the analysis availability check. And yeah, in a minute, we will have the results. So as you can see here, the results returned are in a JSON format, and they are not very pretty, but you can take these results and import them into another tool, or you can parse them yourself with a Python script. However, we're not over yet. There is another option that I wanted to talk about, and that is the -sc argument, or show colors. By enabling this option, it will parse out the results, bringing up only the results that the analyst should care about to help with the investigation. In addition to that, it presents it in a colorful form to make it easy to the eyes. All this comes with caveat. Actually, there are two things. One is that the -sc option will only parse certain analyzers. The other caveat is that if you're running the tool in Windows, you will need a terminal that supports the color output. I would suggest you to use conemu, which is great terminal for Windows that supports color output. I will have the analyzers that are currently supported with this feature, along with a link to conemu in the description below. I have personally developed this parser, so if you have any comments or suggestions, please let me know in the comments below. So let's try it out. So as you can see here, I'm populating the command with the analyzers that are currently supported, and I place the -sc argument at the start of the line. That will take a second to run before you are presented with the results. So let's try it. And this is how it looks. I am running this on a Linux-based system, so I have no issues with the color outputs. Of course, you can pipe it to less, as I will do right now, with the -r argument like this. So this will be a little bit easier to be able to view the results of every available analyzer in a colorful form. The documentation, which mentions which attributes you can change if you would like to tweak things. There are some things you can do, such as customizing existing analyzers or creating new ones. To do that, you will have to open the document and change the attributes that you want to change in this JSON file. As you can see here, I'm just going to the IntelOwl project to show you where you can find the configuration file with the. So this is where you can change things, tweak things in this file. The file is called analyzer config.json. So you can just, as you can see in the documentation, you can make changes from disabling analyzers to renaming them altogether. It is up to you whether you want to play around with these options, but you have that option at least. The thing I want to go over is the troubleshooting the analyzers. So if you have entered the API key under the configuration file as per the installation instructions, but the analyzer that you have configured does not return any results, you have to make sure that some of the things are correctly configured, such as the API key is correctly pasted under the correct file. The service you query has results associated with the observable you're looking to get information for. For example, if you query Sodan for an IP and Sodan doesn't have any information on, it is safe to say that you will not get any results from the query. Make sure that your virtual machine has internet connectivity, and if you edit the configuration file while the Docker services are running, try to restart the services like I'm showing you here. This is all the options that you have running Docker Compose. So you can run Docker Compose restart if you would like to restart the Docker services. So see if that helps with the issue that you're experiencing. This is all I want to show you with this video. I hope you found it useful. I will contain all the links in the description, and let me know if you have any questions on the comments below. Thank you.